Hello and welcome. Time for another P2P update, and it was already 8 weeks ago I made my last P2P update, but sorry, it was really busy here in my Bay Area, as you could see probably on the videos I uploaded on both of my channels in the last months. But anyway, I think now we do 2 updates in one video, and I guess it will be exciting exchange with your comments and so much appreciate the community on my channel in any way again. So I hope this intro was okay right now, and let's do it this time a bit different. I think I will focus at the beginning of the video on my calculations to see how each platform performed in my personal situation, to compare it, and in the second part of the video I will give a short view on each platform so we can exchange about that as well. So mainly in the first 4 weeks where I did not make the update, I reduced P2P once more. The reason for that is, well, there are several reasons, would be probably topic of another video. One of those reasons are my inflation thoughts. I don't want to repeat myself too much on that topic, as I already mentioned it in the last videos, but it's obviously common sense that equity might be the better idea in such a situation than obligations. So I'd still transfer into the asset of equity of the stock market. But it's also that I want to increase my cash position for a possible purchase of an apartment in this area here. Yeah, so there are several personal reasons as well why I reduce at the moment P2P, but it's nothing special against P2P, which I should also mention. There are even a lot of good news in the last weeks in the P2P industry. So then let's check the profit I made on each platform. Yeah, you can read it yourself. In total, in the first 4 weeks period, I made 761 euro interest return income, which is nice as a passive income. And I think you can see everything else yourself. EstateGuru I think is positive to mention, for example, but it's always, you have to compare it, of course, on the invested amount on each platform. Yeah, but in general, happy with the return. And yeah, let's continue to the ranking in the first 4 weeks period. You can see it yourself here. Mintos still on place number 1. Second place is EstateGuru. Third place BONDSTER. And then let's continue to the second period, so until today, when I record this video. Of course, I will need to edit it afterwards and upload, so it will still be some days later available for exchange in our community on my channel. So this period I reduced on P2P asset with 3,000 euros, approximately 3,000 euros. And I reduced mainly EstateGuru, and I transfer everything from VIVENTOR that's possible. And then I reduced on BONDSTER as well. Why is it not highlighted in green? Because I didn't receive it, but it's common sense because now it's the weekend and I did it Friday afternoon, so it will arrive probably on Monday on my bank account. Yeah, so last 4 weeks update, so we can exchange about that. What is to highlight? I think a negative highlight is VIVENTOR. VIVENTOR, it's what I had to write off from this incorporation of TWINO and Presto into the Gillen Group. You know, this offer. The investors will probably know what I'm talking about. Sure, I considered to sue VIVENTOR, but yeah, in my personal situation, I think it's not worth the efforts, and so I decided to accept this offer, but definitely not happy about that. Let's exchange more on that topic maybe in the comments. Positive to mention, I think, once more BONDSTER for sure, EstateGuru, Swapper. Yeah, you can see it yourself. I think IUVO, yeah, all the other platforms really performed well. I mean, here at Mintos it's this month obviously also better because of the good news and the outcome of the legal actions Mintos took against A40, where at the end they could recover all the investors' money, which is also good news for me as an investor. Then my personal ranking by the account value, it did not really change a lot because I reduced EstateGuru and BONDSTER, so but still Mintos on place 1, second EstateGuru, third BONDSTER, and so on. In general, no major news. Reduction I wrote in German here is still because I changed into stock market. IBANCAR loans are an exception because, as you saw in the last interview, I have this personal positive experience into IBANCAR and the personal contact to Alexander Melis, the CEO. But of course, no investment recommendation, and I can be completely wrong and it can go to shit. Yeah, we never know how everything develops, but I personally like it, and I'm not sponsored by IBANCAR because I put this hat here, but I just found it as a nice decoration connected to my investments in the IBANCAR loan for this video, as it was a present from Alexander. Last time I went to his office here in Fuengirola a few weeks ago, and I think that's basically it. Maybe let's just check on a peek on each platform right now. Mintos, not so much difference to last time. In recovery is reduced, obviously because of this legal proceedings brought by Mintos that have recovered investors' funds from a 40 in full. Then yeah, I think you can read the article yourself, so I don't need to repeat too much on that. TWINO, happy situation because all my initial investments are already transferred back to my bank account again, so now only working on compounding effect on the interest income. Bit different it is on BONDORA because I want this €1 income every day, and so I had to put some more money than the initial investment still into BONDORA, but one day I will be possible hopefully to do it the same way on BONDORA. VIAINVEST also reduced already to the interest income. To use the compounding here, same on Swapper, really working properly and a great return here. EstateGuru, yeah, you can also see that I still do investments if I get some attractive opportunities, but just not so many opportunities at the moment. This is why I use this platform, for example, to reduce in the asset P2P in general. Then VIVENTOR, yeah, I did not take any legal action at the moment against them, but let's see how everything develops here. Let's hope the best. It was also strange that again we had this problem that one day it was not possible to connect to VIVENTOR. Yeah, so very strange. Then BONDSTER, you can see there is a higher cash track, but I think it's definitely not to blame in this situation BONDSTER, because my strategy on BONDSTER is that I really want to have a high return on my investments in the loans. So my auto invest settings are on really high return. You can have a peek on that as well. I think next time we will check all auto invests maybe again in detail to exchange, but I thought this time I'm try to make it a shorter version of P2P update, and you can see I made it in the auto invest name myself to make a summary of my settings, and yeah, so I try to get a high return here. And also a change in the auto invest settings on all platform was that I decided to reduce and stop for the moment further investments in Belarus and in Russia. These are several personal reasons and thoughts. Just to mention some, it's also of course the news in the media, but it was also because of my personal experiences when I made this critical visit in Belarus on the group projects and all that. And yeah, and also I think if you have to do a legal process, if it is yourself, myself, or maybe a platform, I think it's much more difficult in Russia or Belarus than, for example, in a member state of the European Union. For example, also with the 40 legal actions of Mintos that finally recovered all the funds of the investors. I think it would be much more difficult, just my personal opinions, in Russia or Belarus, also for the platforms to take legal actions. And yeah, these are just some personal thoughts. We can exchange about that as well in the comments. I'm always looking forward to that, but for me, I decided at the moment to, yeah, not to continue in general. There might be some exceptions as well in Belarus, but yeah, and in Russia, but of course, yeah. Anyway, this is a reason for higher cash track, probably on BONDSTER because of these changes in the settings and this strategy with the high interest return. And also there is money waiting to go into possibly new uploaded IBANCAR loans on BONDSTER, because as you might have recognized if you checked the interview a few weeks ago with Alex, that he plans to upload as well on BONDSTER IBANCAR loans again, and so the money is also waiting for that. I wrote Alexander today an email if he has any plans when he wants to upload the loans he mentioned in the interview. So let's see how this develops, and also depending on that, maybe I reduce the money if it's a long time to wait and put it on, for example, IUVO, where I can go directly into the loans, or Vibanka, or I wait for it for diversification reasons, for platform diversification reasons on BONDSTER again. Yeah, and as mentioned, IUVO, you can see in here my auto invest settings, for example, again, and nothing special, I guess. So that's it basically for the moment. And now I get a phone call. Sorry for the interruption. But anyway, I think let's finish here. And I wish you all the best. As always, looking for the exchange. And bye-bye. See you next time.
Tut mir leid, ich bin mir nicht ganz sicher, was ich ändern soll.
Hummel?